I've launched the poll. I hope you all can hear me. Oh my God. I've got 100% response stating that I want to teach STEM robotic in my school. Brilliant. I mean, that's really nice. Okay. I'm still getting some more response. They say that, I want to become an online STEM robotic teacher. I want to integrate STEM robotic in my subject. I want to become tech savvy teacher. I want to use STEM robotics to create engaging classrooms. Brilliant. I mean, everyone has got such an amazing views. Okay, the percentage is still increasing, so I'll just hold on for a while. So I have 31% want to integrate it into their subjects. Okay. Okay, still meanwhile, we have participants joining in. So, okay, 32% says still on a higher side is that they want to integrate it in their subjects. Brilliant. Perfect. So let's start. All right, so I'll end the poll now. It varies, but still, the percentage of integrating it in your own subject is on the higher side. All right, perfect, great. A very good evening, Rinky. My voice is not audible, is it so? Am I not audible? Can quickly any one of you, either a digital thumbs up or can unmute and just quickly say that. Am I audible? Okay, okay. Loud and clear? Thank you so much, Amrita, for that acknowledge. Rinky, you will have to check from your end because I have received message from everyone that I'm audible. Okay, chalo. So let's begin. So please allow me to share my screen. Perfect. All right. So once again, a good evening and warm welcome for the webinar on STEM robotics for educators. Up Educator is Google for Education partner, and we have a very strong ethos. That's the ethos of Up Educators. Okay, I'll just share the computer.
Hello.
Up Educator is Google for, I'll just have to put you on mute, Bhagyashree. So Up Educator is basically Google for Education partner. And we are India.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, so we are India's leading institute to offer instructor-led training courses. Okay, so all our courses are instructor-led. So it generally happens on Zoom, and you have a facilitator who basically helps the participants. So we don't have anything that's like a self-paced. So it's all instructor-led training courses. We also help educators to become confident in using technological tools, and that's our aim. Okay. Till date, we have trained 10,000 plus educators. You can see some of them on the screen right now. We have trained educators from 3,000 plus schools and colleges. But you can see some of the schools like JBCN, Vibgyor High, DY Patil, and many more. We have trained teachers from around 25 countries like Vibgyor High, DY Patil, JBCN, and many more, which you can see on the screen right now. We have trained 6,000 plus educators have become Google and Microsoft educators. Some of them on the screen right now. So what are we going to cover today? And the response that I received, all right? And I think that goes very well with what's your vision is. So becoming a future-ready teacher. The science teacher wants to be called as a STEM teacher. The math teacher wants to be called as a STEM teacher. An ICT teacher would love to be called as a STEM teacher, right? So this is what the course is for you all. So how learning STEM robotics is going to enhance your teaching. How you will have job opportunities if you become a STEM teacher, or for that matter, you can also call it as a STEM robotic teacher. You have an additional income after becoming a STEM teacher or a STEM robotic teacher. So now I have a question for you all. So I just have my chat that's open right now. And that is, have you ever wondered about the incredible machine that perform tasks like humans or even better? So can I have your answers quickly on the chat? Quick. What's that? Bhagishri says robot. What about others? I'm still waiting. Okay, so I go with Bhagyashri. She says it's robot. Okay, yes, they are robots. So what is robot? Okay, so I'm getting good responses now. Brilliant. So a robot is nothing but it's a special kind of a machine. Okay, that is going to perform a certain task on Siri, program machine. All right, no issues, but it's a robot. Okay, so they perform a certain task without needing a person to control it. It doesn't require a human intervention. It performs its task on its own and absolutely quickly and accurately. All right. She is Sophia. She's a humanoid robot, and she got citizenship of Dubai as a first humanoid robot. Okay. So I'll just share this with you all. The way she's acknowledging the RE. You see the way she's nodding. It's that beautiful. She exactly knows who's to the right and to the left. Look at the smile and look at the way she's turning around. Okay? Look at that smile that she's going to bear right now. So isn't that amazing? So see, where are we teachers right now? Okay? And she's going to address the learners.
My name is Sophia, and in case you couldn't tell, I am a robot. I am designed to bond and connect with humans.
I have been designed to connect with humans, and she's talking to them about exams. So where are we now? Imagine, teachers, there's such a big shift, correct? Yeah, absolutely, Dr. Gitanjali. So that's about the humanoid robot, okay? Okay, so we understood about robots. And then what is robotics? So now you all must be knowing what is robotics, right? Robotics is nothing but we need to design this machine. So we know how to design, we will definitely reach, with our innovation, designing a humanoid robot. But right now, we're just going to cater to the learner's perspective, okay? So robotics is nothing but building this intelligent machine, correct? Now there are three words that I'm going to use, and then you need to be very careful on that. That's going to be is that it senses their surroundings, sense. It makes decision, and it carries out specific tasks. Okay? So now I'm going to ask you a question related to this in a while. So in the recent years, robotic has made a significant advancement, and it has brought about noticeable change in the lives of people. You must have even heard about a self-driving vehicle by Tesla. So imagine, where are we now? So basically, teachers, we are all living in a VUCA world. The world that's very unpredictable. It's very volatile. It's very uncertain. We really don't know what, when, kab, kya jayega. Hai na? So all of a sudden, we saw that coding picked up during pandemic. Robotic picked up. And now you see the AI tools, so many different platforms. We were just aware of ChatGPT, then Bard. Now, you'll find so many. So see, where are we? So we need to upgrade our skills. Otherwise, we all are going to be left behind. Correct? So that's what is all about. So now I have a question for you all. Is every machine a robot? Is ChatGPT a robot? Come on, quick. Let me get an answer on chat. Is ChatGPT? Almost all. Dr. Gitanjali, Nikita. Okay. No, 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 no. Brilliant. ChatGPT is not a robot. Okay. Yes, Ankita, it's an artificial intelligence. Is a thermometer a robot? AI. Is thermometer a robot? I'm still receiving the first answer. So you've come to this now. No, perfect. Is a grass cutter a robot? Okay. So I'm again getting an answer that's no. Brilliant. Okay. So as I said, be careful on the words that I'm using. And that words that I used were think, sense, act. Okay. The balloons have come from nowhere. I'm just talking about the technology. And whenever I will conduct my webinar or I'm conducting some classes, and I really don't know if you were watching me on the screen right now, the moment I am going to use my hand, there's balloons that comes out of nowhere. So you see when the Zoom AI works so beautiful. Okay. So for a robot, it is imperative that it needs to have all three qualities. That it has to think, it has to sense, and it has to act. कोई एक भी नहीं होगा तो वो robot नहीं है. अब ChatGPT, it will think, it will act. Thermometer, it will act. Grass cutter will act. But think, sense तो नहीं कर रहा है ना, grass cutter. So now this is how we need to understand what does the robots do. Okay. Now, let's see this. What is it doing? Think. Gadi start kar diya. Now I have to just think. Which route should I take? Sense. Is there a traffic congestion? How is the road condition? Act. Again, the balloons have come from nowhere. In this webinar, the balloons are too many, I feel. Okay. And then comes is the act. Okay. Act in the sense, should I accelerate? Should I brake? Should I stop? So think, sense, and act. Perfect. So this is nothing but this is an AI. You'll be getting the recording, so you don't really need the caption on. So this is an automatic car by Tesla. कहाँ है हम लोग? See, imagine we had first तो पहले हम manual चलाते थे, then automatic came into the picture, and now तो आराम से बैठ जाओ, self-driving vehicle, right? So see, where are we? Okay. Now, why more and more parents or schools want STEM robotics? Why they want? Because the STEM education, that's the integration teachers. That's your science, your technology, your engineering and mathematics. Because now the trend is changing. Teaching a subject in isolation really doesn't work now. So you need an integration. And how do I have that integration? So for example, if I'm going to teach a concept, say for example, heart. So as a science teacher, I can make them explain the concept of heart. But the moment I bring the stethoscope into the classroom, the moment I tell them, come on, let's take the pulse. That's how I'm integrating the technology and math. Now, similarly, now you all as a teacher, if you become a STEM robotic teacher as such per se, what will you do if I'm teaching a concept of light and I can bring robot and ask my learners to create a project on robot? And I teach them what is law of incident, law of refraction, to measure the length, the distance. The retention power is more compared to having a very monotonous teaching, passive teaching, class mein aa jao, deliver kar lo, and just move out. That's not going to work now. So the STEM education is nothing but an integration. And what is it behind? What is behind all this? It's nothing but coding and robotics. So coding and robotics are the important pillars of STEM. Okay? Now, every parent feels that, I provide a competitive edge to my child. Every school feels that if I'm offering robotics, I'm offering a competitive edge. Correct? Because we are all living in a technology-driven world. So by introducing robotics at a very earlier age, you are preparing them with the future-proof skills. So that's the reason robotics is picking up nowadays in schools. And parents also feel that their child must know robotics. Okay? 21st century skills. NEP also talks about 21st century skills. And if you must have seen in the slide I have written, it's an unpredictable world. As I mentioned earlier, we are all in a VUCA world, unpredictable. Kuch bhi hoga. Correct? I can cite an example. My friend's dad, he was a cashier. He was working in a bank as a cashier. And when he retired, teachers, he retired as a head cashier. Why? One, subject competency. Kuch dekhna hi nahi hai aur. Okay? Gayatri, you'll be getting the recording. So I'm just going to deny the permission for now. Okay? So what is it? That he didn't want to explore anything else. Just one subject competency. Seedha chal raha hai na? So what happened? Where was the growth? No growth. Pura jeevan kaam kiya, head cashier. Thank you, Gayatri. So imagine, I am from a chemistry background. If I would have said, I'll get into the energy sector, I'll do my PhD, I'll get into the energy sector. And at one point in time, I realized, mujhe nahi jana energy sector. Then what do I do? So because I know robotics, I know coding, and I know so many different skills, it helps me to navigate. So for me to change my profile becomes easier. Otherwise, head cashier. Hai na? So we don't want to do that. We need to upgrade our skills. So when I'm talking about 21st century skills, what are they? Okay, so let's understand. Problem solving and critical thinking. So what do you understand when I'm saying problem solving? In our school, we had given our learners, there was an entire week which was on global perspective. And when we gave them this project to the grade 9 and 10, they were like, how are we going to do this? And they all sat down in the library and very beautifully, they broke that down into smaller steps. Grade 5 and 6 go, they will do all the poster makings, they will make bulletin boards. The 7 and 8 will interact with the parents. They will take bites from the parents. They will get in touch with the local authorities, understanding the 9th and 10th planned with the media coverage. And they said, let's do some social drive, social awareness drive. They all did that. And in the end, there was a culmination of the entire planning. It went like that. Why? Because they broke it down into smaller parts. And for every step, they were finding the solution. And actually, when we do this, teachers, this become a pattern. So even in your real life, you're going to encounter problems. You will not take it as a whole. You will exactly know how am I going to split it up into smaller bits. Perfect. So that's my 21st century skill. Okay. So any complex problems. Similarly, when I'm going to relate it with coding, what do? We encounter challenges. So you will exactly know how do I need to break it down into smaller parts? How do I troubleshoot? And then I find a solution. Perfect? Clear? Creativity and innovation. Children are very, very creative. Teachers are very, very creative. So who has that key you as a teacher, you have that key to unlock the potential in the child. है ना? So your creativity, बच्चे की creativity, innovation तो होना ही होना है. Okay. So robotics and coding encourage children to think creatively. Children are developing websites, they're developing games, they're doing such amazing things. Correct? So robotic and coding empowers children to express their creativity. Because you're doing something which the world can see. So you're expressing your creativity. Otherwise, हम creativity अंदर ही रख रहे हैं. है ना? So that's how it is. That's your creativity and innovation. Perfect. Problem solving, creativity, innovation. Now learning robotic and coding is becoming mainstream. Because even NEP after 33 years have realized old school of thought nahi chalega. Conventional method of teaching won't work. We need to bring about change. So now coding has been introduced from grade 6 onwards. In fact, I can actually share with you all that my participants, they were sharing that in their school, they have started from grade 1 upwards. In fact, one of the participants, I believe she was from Kolkata. And she said that they have a junior robotic club. Isn't that amazing? Great. So that's what is happening now. It's become a mainstream. So why educators are learning coding? You all are here. You all want to understand what is robotic, what is coding, right? So why are educators learning coding? You need to bridge this digital gap. 99% of the educators did not learn coding and robotics when they were in school. And 100% of the students are learning coding and robotics from grade 6 onwards. मैं तो अपना खुद का एग्जाम्पल यहाँ पे आपको दे सकती हूँ. I've never been a social media person. Okay, Facebook account create करके रख दिया, but करना क्या है अब नहीं पता. And I wanted to market my school. I said, now what do I do? So I created one Instagram profile. I took the help of my teachers. I created an Instagram profile. अब उसमें डालना कैसे? One image डालना तो मुझे आ रहा था, multiple कैसे डालना नहीं पता. So I was like taking their help. And then after I came home and I was asking my kids, like, how do I put it up on Facebook? And they were like, Mom, you don't even know this much. And I was like, हाँ, ये नहीं चलेगा. I said, ये तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं चलेगा. मैंने कहा, I'm तो cutting a sorry figure in school also, at home also. I said, this is not going to work for me. I quickly enrolled for digital marketing with Up Educators. मैंने कहा, ये तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं चलेगा. And today you ask me anything. Okay, I've created my 3 websites. You ask me anything now. So you need to bridge this digital gap. अगर वो मेरे लिए अलार्म नहीं होता ना, तो मैं तो आज भी कुछ नहीं कर रही होती. So, we need to bridge this digital gap. नहीं तो बच्चे बोलेंगे, my teacher doesn't even know this much. Right? So we don't want to be there. We need to upgrade our skills. That's becoming imperative now. Correct? Conventional method, old school of thought, won't work. You come in the class and you say, once upon a time, there lived a king with his wife, with kids, and blah, 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 blah. Nahi chalega. These are all old school of thought, conventional method, won't work now. Things are changing. Teachers are adopting to the latest teaching methodologies. So, sab badal raha hai abhi. So, this is not going to work. So what do? I can't have those old school approaches right now. Okay? Real world application. Don't you agree, teachers? Every time you must be having that in your school, when you must be creating your lesson plans, give them some real world application. Give them some real world application. Right? I can cite my own example here. The PE teacher, they were doing the BMI. And when they did that BMI, and they realized that kids are on the obese side. So, karna kya hai? So what they did is, they asked the kids to create a project in Scratch. Okay, so they created a nice nutrition tracker. So they weaned all the junk food out of their regime. They created their exercise regime. बड़ा सुंदर सुंदर सा बना दिया उन्होंने. And then you know how mamas are ना? मम्मा को लगता है 2 रोटी दी है ये तो खाएगा नहीं, थोड़े से चिप्स डाल देती हूँ. I also used to do that, being very honest. थोड़े से चिप्स डाल दूंगी, नहीं ये खाना खा लेगा. And those kids are going like, Mom, I'm creating a nutrition tracker and you're putting junk in my dabba. So it's a win-win situation. Win-win situation for the mother, win-win situation for the child. Why? Because that scratch got connected to the real world application. So imagine how beautiful it is when you know coding and robotics. Okay? Student engagement and motivation, as I said, you can't teach them in isolation. आप उनको कह दो project work है, they just enjoy working in groups. Correct? So that's how you can motivate them. You need to motivate the learners now. Class में चुपचाप pin drop silence and you come and you teach, all that is not going to work now. Okay? So active learning is becoming very important. And how do I engage them with active learning? So if I'm asking them to create a robot, or if I'm asking them that you create, some program on Scratch, or probably I'm having an event in school, for example, PTM for that matter, and I have, my projector. Now projectors are there in all the classrooms. So if you have these learners, voice, welcoming the parents, you're giving a personalized touch. Correct? So students' engagement and motivation is very, very important now. Help in coding and robotic competition. This is the reason why educators are also learning coding now and robotics. Because there are so many competitions that's conducted worldwide. So they have an opportunity to represent their school, right? So these are the reasons now why more and more educators are going for coding and robotics. Upgrading their skills. वरना पीछे रह जाएंगे हम, right? Cross-curricular integration. Now dynamic teaching, absolutely, Dipti. I understand. Okay, so cross-curricular integration. Up to NEP is also encouraging cross-curricular integration, right? So what happens is robotics integrates multiple disciplines like math, logic, problem solving, creativity, right? अभी तक तो हमें पता था ना subject कैसे integrate होते हैं. But now we're talking about from the perspective of robotics. Okay? Perfect, till here. बहुत जरूरी है. Steve Jobs says that everyone should learn to code because it helps them to think. Where are we thinking? Pehle to I recall telling my teachers, come on, let's draft a circular, let's plan the question papers. Thank you so much, Sangeeta, that you're finding it informative. Thank you so very much. Question papers banana hai, comparing likhna hai na? Ab kya hai? ChatGPT, one prompt, MCQs, one prompt, question paper, one prompt, email written, comparing script. Where are we thinking? So brain क्या कर रहा है अब? उसको तो कुछ देना है ना, boost करना है. Thank you, Shobha. है ना? So what do we do? The moment you will be doing robotics, I'm telling you, teachers, when we get engrossed into robotics and coding, the teachers are like, no. I want to use another backdrop. I want to create a virtual tour where a holiday. So, they came up with such beautiful ideas. They took an airport backdrop, then they took the beach backdrop, then the hotel backdrop, and they created a beautiful program. That's creativity. They were thinking. Robotics कर रहे हैं, मैंने light following robot किया है, अब मैं क्या कर सकती हूँ? What if I change the sensor? Can I do this? Ma'am, you're saying exactly what I feel. Shubha, I can understand. Correct now. So what is it? We challenge our brain. So we are strengthening the neural pathways. And that's what we need to do, teachers. हम नहीं सोच रहे हैं. Because now things are becoming very easy. Everything is at the drop of your hat. जो चाहिए मिल रहा है. Competition इतना बढ़ रहा है. Everybody is coming with some tool or the other. So what do? We need to think. I recall spending days creating question papers. Take help to create, not by stagnation of our brain. Absolutely, Mahesh. I agree. But हम कर रहे हैं वो. Easy मिल रहा है ना, फटाफट ले लो. है ना? Now STEM labs are being put up in schools. This is a government initiative. That is an Atul Tinkering Lab. You all can Google it. So now the government is setting up labs. So here again, teachers are having an edge. They are becoming center heads. They are becoming supervisors, job opportunities. Correct? एक, आप अपने school को represent कर सकते हो. That's an opportunity for you. You have an edge. Second, the government initiative. So here the teachers have, and they have got cutting edge technologies. So here again, the teacher has that opportunity, where she can be appointed as a center head, as a coordinator, a particular zone. You can become a zone head, you can become a center head. So you have job opportunities. Okay, you can see these are some of the Atul Tinkering labs which have been set up. So what are the opportunities that the teachers have now? One, in school, you have an edge. Atul Tinkering Lab, job opportunities, edtech companies, how to teach robotics and coding and which code. Yeah, I'm coming to that, Rinki. I'm still at the start. I'm actually coming to that. Tuition classes. Now, there are a lot of participants, which I can share with you all. They all have started their own coaching centers. Okay? And we have actually helped them too to set it up. So they have started their own coaching centers of robotics. And jo teachers tuitions dete hai na, what they have started doing? They have rolled out robotics and coding to their own students whom they give tuitions. उनको ही coding सिखा रहे हैं उन लोग. और क्या किया? One table डाल दिया and 4-5 kids ले लिए, and then they teach robotics. So you see now, if you learn this coding and robotics, there is scope. There is scope for an additional income. There is a scope for you to widen your business. Okay? There's a scope for you to widen your business. Perfect? So now let's understand the basics of robotics. How to build robots. Sabko aisa lagta hai, no. I'm not from a tech background. This is only meant for an ICT teacher. Why should I learn robotics? That's not the case. To learn robotic is very, very simple. Okay? And we make it very simpler in class. So now let me make you understand this. How to build a robot. These are some of the components that you require. And let's understand these components a little bit more better. Now, do you remember when we used to enter our bio lab, बाजू में क्या पढ़ा होता था, जिसको हम देख के एक सेकंड के लिए तो ऐसे होता था, डर जाते थे, बाद में used to हो जाते थे, but पहले तो डर जाते थे. What was that? What was that in that shelf which you used to see on the side? Skeleton, absolutely, Dipti. Thank you, all of you. All of you is coming up with the word skeleton. I hope you haven't seen it on the screen. Okay. So now, in robotics, same. जैसे skeleton होता है ना, वैसे ही there is a chassis. And that chassis is nothing but the skeleton. For example, if मेरा skeleton है, ठीक है ना, मैंने eyes लगा दिए, बाल लगा दिए, नाक लगा दिया, muscles डाल दिए, fingers डाल दिए, तो what did I do? I added the body parts. Similarly, in robotics, we add the body parts, but in a robotic language, I will say is we add components. Perfect? Simple? So one is chassis, that's a skeleton. Skeleton के ऊपर सब कुछ लगाएंगे हम लोग. और simple चीजें लगाएंगे. Change the appearance look. ये दिख रहा है ना? यहाँ पे गाड़ी की chassis है, ये वाली. अब हम क्या करेंगे? डोर्स लगाएंगे, रूफ लगाएंगे, बॉनेट लगाएंगे, सीट्स लगाएंगे, सब कुछ करेंगे ना उसके अंदर. Similarly, teachers, this is what is a chassis. Okay? So this is a chassis. Now let's understand sensor. Sensor. So there are different sensors as per your project in robotics. Okay? So one, you understood chassis. Second is a sensor. I'll make it more simpler, but let me first. Now see this. You can see वो red light दिख रही है, tips के ऊपर red lights दिख रही है, and it is playing a game of cube. You can see this? A game of cube. It is sensing it and it's playing with the help of a sensor. ठीक है? Now, look at this image. नीचे दिख रहा है, there is a yellow strip, and on that yellow strip there is one robot. There is another robot on the top, which is an arm robot. ठीक है? अब ये जो नीचे वाला robot है ना, this is only and only going to follow that yellow color strip. So it is following that yellow strip. That means it's a line following robot. It is just following that line. Same way, we will create in our course light following robot. It's the same principle, but we do light following robot. Okay? So you understood now. So it's sensing it, and it just follows the line. वो line follow करता है, ऊपर से उठाता है. This is what it's made use in a warehouse. Okay? Actuator is like a muscle. So this is how you're going to remember it. Okay? So actuator is like a muscle. So if you see this, this is a biomotor. This gives the motion to my chassis. So अभी देख रहे हो कैसे parts लग रहे हैं. ये chassis है, यहाँ पे wheels लग गई, ऊपर battery लग गई, नीचे biomotor लग गया. This is a battery. Perfect. Now this is a main thing. This is my Arduino Uno. Now let's understand how it goes. For example, if I have a hot water kept in front of me, so the moment I go to pick that water, I sense. Water is hot. That message goes to the brain. And the brain says, haath hatao. I repeat, I sense that the water is hot. The message goes to the brain, and the brain says, haath hatao. You understanding? Sense, brain, haath hatao. Sensor, microcontroller, actuator. Sensor, it tells the microcontroller tells the actuator to perform whatever task. Here it was haath hatao. If I'm in some jungle and there I can send some wild animal, I send that signal to the brain, there is a wild animal, it will say run. So it's telling the actuator to perform a certain action. Okay, passing signal for action. Perfect. Got it now? So now you understood how the components are becoming simpler. Chassis ho gaya skeleton. Perfect. Sensor, brain, microcontroller, हाथ हटाओ एक्चुएटर. 3 कंपोनेंट्स तो यही मिल गए आपको. एक चासी हो गया, बैटरी तो चाहिए ही चाहिए, है ना? बैटरी नहीं तो रोबोट कैसे चलेगा? हो गए. So is it tough to learn robotics? Is it? Come on, quick. It's not. Absolutely. So this is the main thing. That's my Arduino Uno microcontroller. Basically, thank you all of you for saying no. Because this is a microcontroller. Usko Arduino Uno is the name of the company. But usko sab Arduino Uno bolte rehte hain. But it's a microcontroller. Okay? That's the brain. Now, we dive deep into it. So these are... No, it is not Janki. So these are my digital pins. Digital pins are just like on, off. Fan ko on karte, off karte. 0, 1, 0, 1, on, off. Simple. Analog pins which you see at the bottom, more like a fan hai, wo speed dega. There's someone who'll have to go on mute, please. Someone will have to go on mute because I am unable to see so many of you on the screen. Okay, it's like motion देना, fan को 2, 3, 4, 5 ऐसे करना है ना? So that's the role of your analog pin. This is your whole Arduino Uno, and we dive deep into it and we explain this in detail. Okay, now these are some of the projects that we do in the class. This is the edge avoidance robot. See the sensors? Two sensors in the front. Income sensor. Sensor में sensor में actuator को बोला. Edge है, हटो हटो हटो. So this is created by us, by our learners. This is a light following robot. The same principle of the warehouse. Ab jahan jahan par light hai, it's going to be there. The moment it sees the reflection, the shadow, it turns from there. See this? It will turn. So this is what we do in class. Okay? Then joystick. You see this? And we learn the entire concept of math here. The coordinates, the x-axis, the y-axis. How is it moving? How am I controlling? How am I changing the direction? So how it becomes so useful in math. Okay, so this is what we do in class. These are just some of the few projects that I'm sharing with you all. Practically not possible to share all. It's following the human, the gesture. You can see this? This is also created. We create this in class. So on what basis does these robot performs? They perform on basis of coding, right? So I was just talking about coding, coding, coding. So robotic is nothing but 50% of the software, that is your coding, and 50% of your hardware. So is learning robotic difficult task for educators? So I got good response from you all saying no. Okay. So we get very scared when we see those coding platforms, right? Abhi to waisa bhi nahi hai, abhi to sab easy ho gaya hai. Thank you so much for once again. So it is just like, agar aapko Swift, thank you guys, you're finding it interesting. So if you know to drive Swift Desire, वापस गाड़ी सीखोगे, कुछ और vehicle चलाने के लिए, Creta चलाने के लिए. So once you know to drive, you can drive all vehicles. So it's just like that. Once you know the basic of coding, it becomes very easier for us when we're moving up. So you don't need to know C++ to go deep into it. No. Okay? So that's what it is. So we very strongly believe in the Pareto principle. That is 20% of the input will give you 80% of the output. So the fun fact is this, that the 80% of the students who are learning coding and robotics are now from age 8 to 12. And if students can learn, then we as teachers can also learn. It's just a mindset. Correct? I'll be sharing a couple of Scratch projects with you all. And also, if you wait back until end, I'll be sharing a link and you will get a certificate. So much patience you had. Okay, thank you, Geeta. I'm finding it interesting. Thank you so very much. Okay, so at Up Educators, we have introduced a step-by-step process of learning robotics. So first, you will be learning Scratch. Okay, nice, colorful block-based coding. Then you will be learning PictoBlocks. Then you will be learning MIT App Inventor. Then you will be learning robotics. And then you will be learning IoT. Perfect? So I'll just show you. ऐसे है colorful Scratch coding. When I used to learn COBOL, 4-5 page लिखना पड़ता था, 1 semicolon gul program for a toss. And by the time your eyes used to be so tired कि वो एक semicolon gul दिखता ही नहीं था. But abhi to dekho, classrooms colorful, benches colorful, curtains colorful, everything is so colorful. Now coding is also colorful. So this is how the block-based coding looks like. I'll just show you that in a while. I'll show you this project. So first you'll be learning this, teachers. Why did this happen? Okay, I need to go to this. Just give me a minute. Yeah. So this is what we do in class. So what are we doing here? ये जो solar system दिख रहा है, this is created. ये जो GIF दिख रहा है, this is created. I hope you all can see. So here is a conversation. This is a conversation that's happening between a teacher and a learner. So first we introduce this concept, okay? Then you see that topic which is written behind, that solar system. That also we learn how to write and use your creativity, okay? That child wants to learn solar system, the teacher is taking him through the galaxy. You saw the backdrop changed? You're all able to see, right? Because my chat is not open, so just a digital thumbs up would help. So he can't still wait to see a solar system, and teacher took him through a spaceship. And he says, everything is so magical out here. And now finally she's taking them. Okay. Perfect. So this is what you all will be learning, teachers. Then you will be learning this Frog and the Wizard story. Now, can you see the title? Such a beautiful title that's been created. We learn in deep how to create these titles. You see those lovely stars on the sides? Okay, all this we learn how to create. Okay? How it creates.
Hello, Mr. Wizard. I have been cursed to become a frog. Can you please turn me back to
Don't
Prince?
worry, Mr. Frog. I will use my magical powers and turn you back to Prince.
The wand, animation, the wand moves, the prince appears. Thank you, Mr. Wizard, for turning me back to Prince. Perfect. Then we will also learn how to create a nice, now all these animations. See, there are so many animations here. The animation for X, for M, for A, for S, for the stars, the Santa Claus, and we have fun here when we do this. Teachers, I can't sing, but if you all can sing, you all must sing Jingle Bell. Okay, so this is how we can have a song behind, and you see that happy coming in, the X, the M, the A. This is all what we learn in Scratch. Okay, so this is what we do. And then for robotics, the first thing that we do, teacher, is we put you on simulation. The reason we put you on simulation is that you need to get friends with the components. You need to understand what are circuits. What is positive? What is GND? What is my ground pin? What is my VCC pin? What is a component? What is LED? All these concepts, we make it very clear. Because in Scratch, you had drag and drop. I can just show you. Give me a minute. I'll take you inside. So this is how the Scratch platform looks like. Okay. So this is how we drag and drop. You just have to drag it and drop it. That's how the coding is done. All right. So now see, I said, as you learn to drive one vehicle, you don't need to drive the other vehicle. Similarly, this is Stone Melody. So here we learn the Arduino Uno in detail about the breadboard, about every component. So we do like around 4 to 5 projects on simulation. The same identical projects, then we do it hands-on. Same, whatever you will be doing on simulation, we will be doing it hands-on. So here we are teaching the concept of security surveillances. So in case of a theft, the buzzer will ring, your LED will blink. Okay, so I'll just show you. Right? Now I'll have, what happened? That really happens with Tinkercad. Okay. Just give me a minute. Yeah. Now look at the code. Same like Scratch. Correct? So now you're understanding how we map it. So you learn Scratch, then you're coming to Tinkercad, and here you also get the code of C++. Understood? अब मैंने अगर बहुत सारे LEDs डाल दिए, so then I have to tweak the code. Understood? So this is how first we learn on Tinkercad. Okay, teachers? So I'll just go back to my presentation. So this we understood. What all we are going to cover in Scratch? Pictoblocks. In Pictoblocks, there are a lot of things that we do in a sense of celebrity recognition. Emotions. For example, the camera will turn on, and if I keep making faces, it will tell me happy, sad, surprised. And what command am I giving? I'm not giving any command. I'm just saying is, just let me know what are these emotions. Okay. Then it has home automation. So for example, I can say, turn the lights on, turn the fan on, turn the lights off. So all these things become a part of your picture blocks. Okay. Now in robotics, what are we going to learn? We'll be learning the basics of Arduino Uno, the microcontrollers. What are the basic electronics? Various sensors. Very important. I sensed, right? I sent the signal to the brain and the brain told me to perform a certain action. We will be learning LED blinking, tone melody, smart lamps, fire alarm, light following robot, edge avoidance robot, human following robot, joystick control robot, Bluetooth control robot, voice control robot, and a gesture control robot, and still more. Thank you, Swati, that you're finding it interesting. IoT is Internet of Things. So we will be covering all these projects, okay? And this is how it appears on your dashboard. So this is something we did in the class. And we found that the humidity of the room was 43 and the temperature was 41. So this is what you do, and you get a live humidity and the temperature of your room. That's what is IoT all about, okay? So how do you learn robotics online? We go through simulation, as I mentioned now. Now, this course is basically a 2 months live instructor-led training course. You get the LMS platform, which is for a year, okay? Where all the recordings of the class gets uploaded. It gets uploaded as soon as the class gets over, it gets uploaded in the LMS platform. So if you happen to miss the class, you can always revisit, and you can visit as many times as you want to be thorough. We have regular doubt-solving sessions. You have technical support. You can always fill in the form. You have technical support. You've got a lot of projects and assignments which are there, like warm-up and a lot of assignments. We believe in a limited batch size. The Arduino Uno and the kits will be provided to you 3 days in a week, 1.5 hours, 8:30 to 10 p.m. is the class timings. Now the fee part, the STEM robotic course, STEM robotic is for 12,900 plus 18% GST, where you will be learning coding, that is Scratch, picture blocks, MIT App Inventor, robotics, and IoT. So the entire course fee is 12,900 plus 18% GST. The robotic kits will be provided by us. So we will send it to your address. And the kit cost is 6,000, which is your robotics and your IoT. But now, because you all are attending the webinar, you don't have to pay this 6,000 rupees. You just have to pay this 12,900 plus GST. You don't have to pay this kit fee. And the batch will now be starting from the 19th and 24th of February. This is some of our testimonies that we have received. They found it very, very interesting. And this is how the certificate gets generated. And they have posted it on social media. So this is some of the feedback that we have received. This is what you will be receiving now. After I'm going to post the link that you've attended this webinar. So you'll be getting a certificate of participation. So they also posted it on their social media platform. This is one of our participants. She created this and she shared it with us. So how is she
Forward.
Forward. So you see the wheels are going to move forward. She's one of the participants.
Backward.
Backward. Now the wheel will move backward. So this is how we create.
Left.
Okay. So she's one of our participants. This is how you'll be receiving the kit, teachers. And this is how the certificate will get generated at the end. Up Educator has got 4.9 review, the Google reviews, and I'll just take you through our website. You can take a screenshot of this. You can get in touch with Manjari, and you can also visit us at www.upeducators.com. And I'll just take you through our website. This is our website. You will see there are a lot of courses there on the drop down of the courses. You will see that we've got a lot of master classes that we conduct for our participants. Okay. We are Google for Education partner. We are also Centipod Exam Centers. You see the video reviews, which is there of 1,100 plus educators who have given us. We also have a lot of classes which are conducted by national awardees. Okay. You can see here, there are a lot of posts and a lot of information. You can get it from our website. Okay. Then I'm posting this link now for you all in the chat. A minute. I'm just posting this, teachers, so that you all can get your certificate. All right. So any questions that you have? Any questions? There is a link that has been shared in the chat. Yeah, Dipti, I'll just come to you. You will fill that. Your certificate, you will receive it immediately on your email. Okay. So once you fill that form, you will get the certificate on your email. And once you get it, please just put it up in the chat so that others will know that you've received it, and it's kind of a motivation for them too. Okay. Do you show any placement or jobs after completion of the course? Currently, we are not doing that, but we are looking into it. So maybe in future, yes, we would be providing with job placements. But currently, we are not offering that. But whenever we have any kind of a references coming up, we do recommend our participants for that. Okay. Can we get detailed syllabus and fee structure for the educators course? Dipti, for robotics, are you talking about? Can you send the link, please? I'll send it again. Okay. So once you will enroll for the course, like Dipti, whatever I mentioned right now, that is there, and there are much more projects are there in IoT. Once you will enroll for the course, the entire syllabus, in fact, we will offer that you as a teacher, how can you teach this from grade 3 upwards? So you also have an entire syllabus in our LMS platform, right from grade 3 to 10. So, if you want, like if you're teaching grade 3, you will exactly know, how much of Scratch and how much of this and how much of that. So entire curriculum is also planned, and it's a part of your LMS. And when we teach robotics teachers, we have 2 trainers. Bhagyashree, I'll just come to you. We have 2 trainers. Along with me, there is one more trainer. So that trainer, we put it onto a spotlight, and it's been completely demonstrated, and I do the training part, and he will demonstrate everything. So that's how you all learn. Okay. Yeah, Bhagyashree, you had raised your hand.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I am a student of Up Educator. I'm taking online classes of coding, and also I joined to the Google certificate course also. So I'm thinking that is it same coding class and STEM robotic? Is it same?
So Bhagyashree, what you'll have to do is you get in touch with the sales team. You're in touch with Manjari, I think, right?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So just tell her she will upgrade you to robotics. So basically, we run 2 parallel courses. One is a pure coding, and the other one is coding plus robotics.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So a lot of So a lot of coding participants, they upgrade themselves to robotics. So whatever is a difference amount, you can pay that. Do you provide any material for using while teaching to the kids? What kind of a material are you looking at? We will provide the kit to you, but if you need any kind of a support to set up your lab, you will be, there's a hand holding. We will help you out how to procure, what to do. That all we can always help you out. Yes, you will teach the kids in the same way that you will be learning in class. Yes, Nikita. What items are there in the kit? Mahesh, it's a kit with so many components. You've got different sensors, you've got Arduino, you've got jumper wires, you've got those 5 components. Mahesh, Yadana, chassis, then sensor, brain, Arduino, actuator. So ये तो होना ही होना है ना? I also want to know whether there's any course for my daughter who's doing BTech in ACC branch. Ruchira, what?
Hello, ma'am. I'm Bhageshri. Hello.
Yeah, Bhageshri, please tell me.
Yes, one question I have. Our kids from the rural area, they don't know about the basic things of machine. Then how we will start their basics in STEM robotics?
Sorry, okay. So your school doesn't have any kind of a tech support, Bhageshri?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So that's nice. Bhageshri, if you could share your number with me, okay, or have you taken down Miss Malvika's number? So she will definitely help you with this. I will just share her number with you. You can please get in touch with her. Should I put it in the chat?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just putting it in the chat. And also, because she will be the best person who will help you out. And also, if you
Yes,
have...
I see. Hi. Yes, sir.
I have put her number in the chat. She's Miss Malvika. She will help you out, okay, with all the questions that you have. Okay?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. Number.
Okay. Also, if you could share your number, I will share it with her or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Can I share my number?
Yeah, you can do that. I can also ask her to call you up. So I'll take a screenshot of your number. Okay. Just put it in the chat. I'll take a screenshot. You can also send me a direct message so that if you don't want your number to be shared by others.
Okay, ma'am.
उसमें direct message करके आप मुझे दे सकते हैं अपना number. Yeah, Ruchira, I can see your hand raised.
Ma'am, there are 2-3 questions which I want to ask.
Perfect.
Firstly, I am preparing these robots, but with the help of my son. So I always need his assistant to make all these things. So I want to make myself capable to do all this on my own. First thing. Secondly, my daughter, she is in EC branch. She also want to learn this course. Can we both of them share this course which you will be providing?
Ma'am, you can speak with Miss Malvika. I've shared her number.
Okay. And another thing, is there any further course, upgraded course that she will pursue with you all that will be useful for her branch?
Perfect. So I'll ask Miss Malvika to connect with you.
Okay, ma'am.
If you could share your number with me, okay, so I can ask her to connect with you. So if you could just put it, you and Bhageshri, I think I received. Bhageshri has sent. Ma'am, can you share the PPT? Ruchira. Okay, I've taken the screenshot of yours, Ruchira. I'll share it. I'm just waiting for Bhageshri's number. Praveen, you will be receiving the audio, the YouTube, okay? The entire class recording. So that will help you. Practically sharing the PPT would not be possible. And I hope that's fine. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bhageshri, if you could share your number, I'll ask the sales team to connect with you. Bhageshri? Anyone having any question? I've shared your number with Miss Malvika. Kindly share the YouTube link in the chat box, ma'am. Vijay Kumar, you'll be receiving it in the WhatsApp group. Now, the ones who have filled the form and they've received the certificate, you will be receiving a message in the WhatsApp group and there you will get it. My network was unstable. Absolutely, don't worry. Don't worry, Mr. Vijay Kumar. You will definitely get the recordings. Okay. So, Bhageshri, I'm just waiting for your number, else I will have to end the session. Okay. So, anything else that you all would like to know? Yes, somebody wanted to ask.
Good evening,
ma'am. Good evening, Mahesh.
I'm working as a school assistant. I'm working as a English teacher.
Okay.
And also I'm teaching in commerce.
Okay.
Is this course helpful for the both of the English and commerce students, ma'am?
So now it depends. Okay, if you want to upgrade yourself in robotics as a part of, maybe you want it like an additional income, or if you want like, something that you would want to do extra additional. So it's definitely going to help you. But for an English subject, it would be a little difficult.
Because I have already participated in state level science fair. I got a district first in my science fair and also participated on the state level.
Okay.
I have presented my project is that speaking recognition tool, which is helpful for the students who are in the rural areas.
Okay.
What I'm doing that with the help, I have written on the code on Python language.
Oh, very nice. That's nice.
And with the termination tool, I have to use it. Shall I collaborate with the robotic IoT tools
Yes,
like
you
Arduino?
You can.
How can I, madam? While I'm joining this course, can you help me to continue that one?
Sure. Mahesh, send me the number or your number. I'll just have my the technical person calling you up. The trainer who's
And
there.
also, what I'm pursuing that there is a lot of use in our English language and also for the native speakers. And also in commerce also there is a lot of benefit for us because while you are preparing any income tax profile or any general or ledger or a trial balance or balance sheet, which is helpful for the students.
Right, Mahesh.
That's why I'm looking for that innovative courses.
Okay, that's very nice, Mahesh. So Mahesh, if you could just, if you have filled the form also, I'll ask my team to connect with you. So
Okay,
I'll
ma'am.
do that. Okay. So whatever queries you have, thank you so much, Ruchira, for the certificate. And Mahesh, all your queries will be resolved. And thank you so much, Pradima, that you've liked this session. Thank you, Shobha, that you've liked the session. So thank you, all of you. And I'll get in touch with you, Mahesh, with your query. And Bhagyashri, I'll get in touch with you too. All right.
Shall I share my number in the WhatsApp chat, ma'am?
Yeah, you can do that. If you can do that, I will just, thank you so very much, Kalpesh. Thank you. Thank you, Janet, Ben, Christian. Thank you so much. Okay, just take this. Nice.
I have
Perfect.
shared, ma'am.
Yeah. I've taken the screenshot. So thank you so much.
Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mahesh. Thanks a lot. Thank you, all of you. And thank you so much for the time that you all have given. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you.